Hello and welcome. I'm John Peters, Commercial Director for Hill Planning. This video is a case study detailing a recent planning appeal in the Wokingham Borough Council area for a change of use from amenity land to residential and relocation of a wall and fence that we undertook for a client. This planning application was originally validated by Wokingham Borough Council on the 29th of March and refused on the 17th of June for a change of use from amenity land to residential and a relocation of a wall and a fence. This type of appeal for a change of use has 6 months for the appeal to be submitted to the planning inspectorate from the decision notice date. We always recommend leaving at least a whole clear month from instruction to appeal deadline in case additional investigations are needed, but the more time available the better. The refusal reasons given by Wokingham Borough Council were that the local planning authority considered that the proposed change of use of part of the existing amenity land to residential to include the erection of a new brick wall as a boundary treatment by virtue of its siting closer to the adjacent public footpath will result in a loss of important visual amenity land and soft landscaping that would adversely affect the spacious nature and openness of the area to the detriment of the character and appearance of the street scene and surrounding area. The proposal is thus contrary to NPPF policies CP1 and CP3 of the core strategy and policies CC03 and TB21 of the MDD local plan. Additionally, the proposed enclosure of green amenity space with a new brick wall boundary treatment would create an odd corner and potential blind spot which could increase public safety concerns by reducing the openness and scope for visual surveillance along the public footpath, contrary to the NPPF policy CP3 of the core strategy and policy CC03 and TB21 of the MDD local plan. Well, the planning officer for this case obviously was completely against this planning application and the refusal application with this comprehensive list of reasons. Many people upon receiving a refusal like this decide to give up at this stage and do not go to appeal. But honestly, refusals like this are perfectly normal and although comprehensive can be overcome, as we'll show you. For this appeal, we produced a 21-page detailed appeal statement, working our way through the delegated officer's report and decision notice, dismantling their objections and the reasons the planning officer at Wokingham Borough Council had used to refuse this application. Providing a comprehensive and robust argument, bringing national policies and local policies into play, and detailing reasons as to why the findings were wrong and in fact this development was perfectly acceptable. Additionally, we completed a detailed amount of research to find very similar cases that the planning inspectorate had previously granted, and we looked to use these cases to support our argument as best possible. With this type of appeal, the local authority has the right to respond to our appeal statement, giving them the option to read and rebuff our appeal statement as they feel right. As with these types of cases, the council exercised their right to respond and produced a further argument and responded to our appeal statements accordingly. Again, the planning officer was very thorough, forcing us to produce a new 6-page response document to close off the new argument that the council submitted in response to our appeal statement. This case, like the vast majority of similar cases, was dealt with by way of written representation, and as such, it is paramount that the argument is comprehensive and robust. The inspector visited the appeal site on the 1st of February and issued the decision on the 24th of February in a concise 3-page appeal decision report. The good news was that the appeal was upheld and the permission was granted. Our approach to producing appeal documents that go into great detail to work through the refusal reasons, officers' reports and policies in detail and supply supporting cases where the inspectorate had granted similar appeals previously was invaluable. This gives the client their best chance of success, and admittedly it does take longer to produce and increase costs slightly by going into that level of detail, but it is attention to detail that is absolutely paramount. As an organisation, Hill Planning is one of the leading appeal specialists with both dedicated in-house planning and legal teams, whose job it is to win your case, Both these skill sets are invaluable to produce a robust and compelling case to gain a win. You won't find many organisations in our industry that have both these skill sets, a planning and a legal team, and it's most definitely a major reason why we have the success rate that we do. Without appealing your planning refusal, you cannot gain the permission you're seeking. Your appeal will go to the Planning Inspectorate. They're a government-based organisation that's appointed by the Secretary of State to handle all types of planning appeals. Based out of Bristol and covering England and Wales, the Planning Inspectorate gives you a chance of success to gain that permission you're seeking and taking the decision process away from the local authority's planning officer. You'll find a host of videos about various types of planning appeals and the services we offer on our website. If you'd like to have a free no obligation consultation with myself or a member of our team, please give us a call on 01743 369 911 or alternatively email appeals@planningappealsuk.com and give your appeal its best chance of success. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.